Greetings, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday, Chat Gauntlet Day. We're still live with a hair bet because I failed to close out last week. It was an incredible week last week of me getting this stupid, powerful werewolves deck that actually threatened to run the table. But our friend Timber stepped up for chat and said no. Broke up the no-no. You know, 7th inning, you think a no-hitter might be coming. Timber's like, spoiler, base knock. Anyway, not even a base knock. I'm gonna give Timber a home run. That was an incredible game that he played to keep chat from getting skunked. And so we are back here with the stakes still on the line. The stakes today. Oh, by the way, I always have to assume that there's some new folks out there who might not know what we're up to today. Instead of battling against randos on Arena, I'm instead drafting against viewers on a third-party website called MTGAdraft.tk. We'll go there in just a second. We then export our decks from the resulting third-party draft into Arena, and we use the friend challenge system to battle it out in a series of best-of-1 games, me against each of the people who took the time to draft with me today. So it'll be 7 games, and then that means, what are the results? 4-3 wins the week, so first to 4 wins gets to claim, plant their flag in this week's event. If chat can go 5 wins on me, they get to go shopping for bling at the bling store using my hard ground gems and gold on some nonsense that just looks pretty. And then if they can win 6, there's like an extra big shopping trip, like bonus time. Get one of those big bundles or something. And if the thing that has never happened, 7-0 for chat, happens, I get a haircut of chat's choosing, or at least let's say I'll, for one day I'll stream with whatever hairstyle chat chooses, and that could include a haircut. But then after that, I get to do whatever I need to do to recover some dignity. But my plan is that just never happens. That's the plan. And it starts here today with me finding a win somewhere in this gauntlet of killers, stone cold killers. I actually don't have the list yet because I didn't grab it from Hat. Which stone cold killers remains to be seen. I guess I can look at my table here. Tron, Chimero, Zealous Thoughts, Mathcore J, Mantuka, Skeeve, and DT76 are your chat lineup today. And we're going to hop over here and say hello to our friends. One of the friends I say hello to a lot here is my friends at cardkingdom.com. They're my sponsor. They're purveyors of your physical Magic stuff. They're not going to help you with a virtual draft on Arena, but if you want to grab some boosters and draft in real life, they got boosters. I just sold some boosters at my store. Been selling a lot of, I have a bunch of loose Avacyn Restored boosters, and they've actually been selling pretty well. Somebody just bought 3 Avacyn Restored loose boosters, and I'm like, I hope you're taking those to a grab bag draft, and that would be sweet. I love drafting, so let's do it. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Use the affiliate links and let them know you got there from here. Helps keep me on the air. Appreciate my mods for setting up this event. I just get to show up and talk and play. It's great. Everything else happens because of the dedication of Hat and Mama and the volunteering of their time, which I certainly appreciate week in, week out here. And of course, the competitors, it's fun to play Magic and everything, but they took time, scheduled this up, showed up, reliable. Really appreciate all the competitors as well. Let's go. How much for the Avacyn boosters? I think they're $20.50 a piece. Something around there. I do not love drafting AVR. And no matter how long I take, and no matter how much blind to get here, I do love drafting. I do not love this pack. Nothing really screams at me like, duh, Ryan, take this. I mean, maybe the Dreadhound. I don't love starting on a 6, but maybe it's just that. There's the Startle, Shadow Beast Sighting, Burly Breaker is the kind of werewolf I tend to try to avoid. It looks so good. This should be fine. And Ward 3 is pretty great. But man, you just attack and they have a Death Toucher and it dies and it hasn't done anything. Like, at least if... That's why I don't like the Dreadhound first pick. I mean, the Dreadhound has a similar problem. But at least it can do something without attacking. You know, you can drop this and it can just be like an expensive enchantment that wins you the game. Yeah, exactly. And Purple Worm kind of fell off too, right? Like it was certainly big and could do something, but mostly it seemed to run into things that could just trade with it, and it just never felt worth the mana you put into it. But yeah, I guess we got to take the Hound. I almost just want to take the Startle or the Sighting because they're not 6 mana. But yeah, this is no dumb beef. This has an enchantment level effect that's very, very important. So yeah, it's the best card here. We'll take it. I just don't like starting on 6s that aren't more powerful than that, even though it's pretty powerful. There's another 6 we could take. Go long and curse, but again, I don't prioritize curse. I think I would play it, but I just don't think it's like, oh, sweet, curse, let's snap that up and make sure we get that in our deck. I think Phantom Carriage is better, although starting on 2 6s seems not great. Not great. But I would play those 2 6s, but why not just like... And we could take Beloved Beggar. We could take a... this is a bad pack too. Boy. Right, I mean, that's the thing. I really don't want to start on 2 6s, but over what? We could take Surveillance, we could take Beggar, we could take Wave, or we could take these very medium black cards and just stay in the black lane. Right, Beggar's so narrow, so I guess I take Phantom Carriage. Fantasia likes Curse over Carriage. That's maybe fair. I like Carriage better. My experiences of this haven't been negative. They just haven't been insane. I don't. This is just some clunky card draw. And if the longer the game goes, the better this card gets. But if you're not in a long game, this card is actively bad. So that, I mean, this is what my... And you could say that about the Carriage too at 6 mana. Whatever. I'm going to go with my gut. I don't love, obviously I didn't love starting with 1 6. Starting on 2 6s is awkward, but we're also not necessarily blue-black. We're just taking the best card and seeing where we end up. Root Coil Creeper could follow the Carriage. I do love me this particular werewolf. At 4, it's kind of a curve topper, and it's very powerful. But Creeper is... I mean, Abomination is maybe the more grown-up pick, since it could go in a deck with the Dreadhound. But it's a big upside on the Creeper. And I think it's worth the upside to hedge there. If you took Abomination there, I don't blame you at all. Abomination slides nicely into a Carriage Dreadhound deck. But also Creeper Carriage this is a great pairing as well. So I'm glad that chat is so overt in their bad advice. It's when Mike does stuff like suggesting like a cover up there, you know, like a defensible pick. Well, Siege Zombie for the black lane, Abomination for the blue lane. Since the Abomination goes in both lanes, let's take the Abomination. Have you ever main decked it, Media? And in what context are you sideboarding it in against ground attacking small stuff? I could see that. You know, threatening blocks for 2 mana that just like, what are you going to do? You can't attack me without losing creatures does seem fine. Yeah, I didn't want to delay. Since I took, I kind of randomly decided to show you this game I was playing this morning and didn't really have time for other side content. Just ask the Roberts. This is one of those spots for me. Ambush is probably the best card here. That's even remotely near what we're doing. Wardens is okay too, but I'm not taking a white-green card now, obviously. So, but Revenge is also excellent, also interactive, and also blue. And our only black card is the Dreadhound. I'm going to take the blue card to try to send a signal on blue, or, you know, try to cut blue, although Larder Zombie is perfectly playable, and these are playable but not good. Fantasia just likes Revenge straight up anyway. I like the cheapness of Ambush and the instant, I mean, they're both instant, but like the fact that Ambush can help you win combat. Anyway, I like Ambush a little more than Revenge on cost and straight kill, but Revenge is quite powerful and solidifies us in blue, which I want to do. Another Ominous Roost. I don't like them. We could take Gaze if we think we're creeping. Take Guide if we think we're creeping. Probably Guide if we think we're creeping. If we're creeping, Roost could play. Yeah, I think Roost could hedge here. If we're thinking of supporting the creeper pick, Roost could go. So let's take Roost on the hedge. I like that. There's nothing, I mean, it's over what, you know, it's not like we're passing up something important to see if Roost can play in this deck. Yeah. A lot of people go to the mat for the Batman. I've seen it. Yeah, the flyer is real, but man, like if it was just straight up 4 mana, 4/2 with a 1/1 flyer, I think I would like the card. The fact that it has this floor of being a 4/2 for 4, though, really, don't like that. Yeah, we're just taking Firmament over Path, or is realistic though. Yes, I don't love the Sage, but it's what we're going to take here. If we can operate at instant speed, it gets much better. So if we're going to take Sage, I want to be thinking about instants when I can. Yeah, exactly. I think Might and Path are legit considerations, but I think we can take the Sage here as an uncommon, and again, I don't love it unless we get to play at instant speed. If we are firmly in control of Day-Night because of our ability to play at instant speed, Firmament Sage can get real. But if you're just waiting for things to flip naturally, you can just be playing a 2/3 for 4 and having a bad time of it. Plummet for the board. Lols. No, Cover Up is fine for this place in the pack, at least. Yeah, I don't. My experience has been that my green-white decks have really liked a Might. But that's, yeah, I generally try to be aggro early with green-white and then get wide enough to finish it off late or mid. Geistwave is a great pickup here. Feel good about our blue lane, at least. We could be Creeper, we could be Dreadhound, we could be door number 3. Kind of a good spot to be this blue and... But don't you want combat tricks when you're going to be tussling in combat and trading so that you don't trade and you just win and then you get to keep your Coven? Scully's doesn't want to play anything but islands. Like literally 40 islands. No. I don't think we're going to be mono blue. But this is a great start. And sure, here we can take a curse. This I don't mind taking here. Over Amalgam. Although really, you know, if we are blue-green, you kind of want creatures and instants and sorceries, or at least stuff that plays from the yard to do the roost thing. I mean, might not do the roost thing, though. We'll see. Double cover. They'll never deck us. To make a combat trick work, you usually have to be attacking with multiple creatures. It helps, but I mean, how many times in my Magic career have I gone, my true drop, there's your true drop, turn 3, attack, you block, combat trick, haha. I mean, that just happens. Crossroads Guide, I'm going to take a Sun Gold Barrage, although Crossroads Candle Guide also hurts our presumed graveyard deck, but don't want to get barraged out of the sky or whatever. I don't know. Both of them are not great cards, but both of them have some sort of job against us, so I'm just thinking about that in considering what to cut. All right, World. Everybody had a Candle Guide in Worlds. Totally shows what happens when excellent drafters have bad packs. You see pros playing cards that you consider unplayable because when you're drafting against scrubs, you get so many extra bonus picks that you have plenty of playables. Grafted Identity, obv. But seeing what else is here. Maybe we can wheel a flip. That would be great. Wheel a Shadow Beast Sighting would be even better. I'm assuming we're not wheeling Abomination. That would be the best, but I can't. Why would you think we would wheel that? Yeah, I think one of Barrage is fine. I'm not gonna, whether it's good, you know, we can split hairs on the exact adjective to use, but so I've seen people recoil in horror at the idea of a main deck Barrage, but I think one is fine. I think you're right. It has some downside. The floor is there. The floor is that it's stuck in your hand, and that's a very real floor. But the upside, the ceiling, I spend 3 mana to kill your 6 mana bomb. That's pretty good upside. But it's not a literal blank. It's a card waiting for a target. I mean, have you played decks that literally have no target for it? Seems pretty rare. If you can get yourself a some looting, even better. Yeah, I think most decks have a target. Octoclock likes the Archivist. I think that's just a mistake. Organ Hoarders just basically does what Archivist does, but for 4 mana instead of 7. Well, we can take the blue-white rare. Again, we have no second color demands, and nothing is leaping out. I mean, take the Sentry just because we have a creeper, but I don't think that's correct. I'm going to take the Dennick that we can totally play if it leans that way here. A little low on 2s. No matter what we do, we need to take care of our early game or we're not getting anywhere. Cathar Commandos in the pack, maybe that wheels. I wouldn't mind that 2 coming back around. Startle coming back around would be great. This is the power of being basically a single color through the first pack. Candle Grove could keep us on the path of Denick while giving us a 2. Seems correct. What else would we be taking? Bounding Wolf or Tome? Yeah. Media likes Commando more. Yeah, maybe in blue-white because it's a little more long-gamey. That's fair. But I feel like Candlegrove Witch is long-gamey too. Man, it just... Sometimes, if your opponent can't deal with flyers, it's so awesome to be like, here's my 2-drop. What are you going to do about it? That's a best case, of course. I think things are going well enough. We can take the beach and cast our spells more reliably. There's Locked, there's Sanctifier, there's Griff. Those are all considerations, but none of them so important that I would take it over a rare dual land for us. I like this style of dual land a lot, because if you get it in your opener, you can just play it as a 1-drop, and it goes tapped, that's no problem. But then top decking it when you desperately need that 5th land, and having it not enter untapped is boom. I love it. Got a Dissipate, Defiance, Guardian. We're pretty low on 3 as well. I think we take a very medium... Well, this is 3 as well, I suppose. I'm happy to... If Dissipate is our 3-drop, great. We counter something. That's fine. I think this is better than the Guardian. I'm a big fan of the Commando. I think Witch and Commando are 2 very good cards in the deck. Angler, ooh, I saw Trapper and got excited there, but Angler are going to be even better for us with a blue-white shell. Wouldn't mind this Startle here, but Angler is just what the deck doctor ordered. Yeah, I don't know, Cheese. I mean, obviously, blue-blue is not nothing. Blue-blue is very tough compared to 2 and a blue. But I do love the exile effect on Dissipate. The countering a Denick with Flip feels weak. Countering a Denick with Dissipate feels mighty. I've come up on Blessed Defiance enough to acknowledge that it's a fine playable, but to suggest that I would be sad to not have one in blue-white is an exaggeration. I don't care if I don't have one at the end. Okay, are we Delvering? Or are we just waving? Probably just waving. Five instants, no sorceries. We're not really a Delver deck. Vivisection is not how we're going to be drawing cards. We've got Curse and Organ Hoarder doing that job, and Sage if we really need it. Yeah, it's true. Flip does make a zombie. I kind of glossed over that part. But that's totally real in the format, for sure. And here's where I'm happy to take him. I just, if one slips to me, pick 9 or later, great, but I don't really think of it as a priority for the deck. I think of it as a playable for the deck. We're also not that heavy in the traditional blue-white archetypical signposts or anything that make this, like, because obviously you want to do this on a bait hook angler and then you get the thing back, right? But I've found that to be, we don't actually have a ton of disturb, is my observation. Flare for more kind of tricks and stuff. We're getting a lot of tricks and interaction. We're going to have to really up our creature game. Our 2 and 3 drop creature game is what we need to shore up in the third pack. Defiance gets better with the disturbed creatures because you get it doesn't feel like you're 2 for 1ing yourself or 2 for 1.5ing yourself, depending on what you value a 1/1 flyer at. Like, if you get a 1/1 flyer and a backside disturbed creature, that's pretty good value for a Blessed Defiance. That's why, I mean, Media, correct me if you're suggesting something else, but I believe that's why Media is suggesting that it's a valuable card in the archetype because of how it lines up with Disturb specifically, and the value of flying in the archetype in general. Amalgam, but we hope not to play it. Jack-o'-lantern, hope not to play it. We're not even married to white at this point. I mean, our white is now the best second color of the stuff we've taken a look at. I can even bring this back in, though. If we opened a Hunt Master, I would take it, and we would consider going back to green. Clear Shot would bring us back into green with some good interaction, but I'm talking creatures. Intruder is interaction on a creature. Let's do that. There we go. Hat's finding the subtle range between lol, take the Snarling Wolf, and actually messing with me. But yes, we're taking Intruder. The coffee is gone. Rip coffee. I played a Snarling Wolf in my hyper aggro curve out with early wolves and drop Tovar draft challenge deck. But it was a late swap. What did I take out? Oh no, it's best of 3. Sometimes I brought it in. That was what I did. All right, interesting. We've got a veteran. We've got an outrider. That's really what it comes down to. I think we need the veteran. Our 4s are thick. Our 1, 2s, and 3s are a little thin for my my preference. So I'm going to take the veteran here over the wave or the key. We're cutting the Dreadhound. We're nowhere near black now. You're on Outrider being bad. I found the Outrider to be solid. Not amazing, but I'm never unhappy to run it in a white deck. I don't even need to be sacrificing stuff. I love that it triggers off of decay tokens dying. If it was non-token, I'd be with you on bad. Not even bad. If it were a non-token, I'd be with you on underwhelming. But I think with the token death causing counters, it's better than bad. Let's see. Another bolt? Ugh, it's not great here. I'd rather have a bolt over a Sun Gold Barrage, even in... I could take Secrets. Yeah, Sprout. I guess if we're feeling like we might still be green, I should do that. Bo, what Bo are you talking about? And Glod, who are you that you're throwing the name J spelled J-E-H at me? Who the hell are you? Fess up. I'm going to take the Sprout over the lack of anything else around here besides a Bolt. Here's another Bolt we could take, but I like Griff or Witch here. Probably Griff. Maybe we wheel the Witch, but I mean, 2s are more important than 3s. But we don't even... Yeah, I'm going to take Griff here. Glod still not fessing up. Oh, that's how you say yes? No. Oh, okay. So one of the most important people in my life is my cousin, Jay Chow. He is the son of my stepmother's brother. And we grew up together and learned magic together. And he introduced me to Marshall Sutcliffe. Marsh and Jay are best friends and have been since childhood. And anyway, you spell Jay Chow. His full name is Shringjay Chow, and he goes by Jay for short, but the J is spelled J-E-H. In fact, my son's full name is Oliver J. Spain, with his middle name spelled J-E-H. So I've saddled him with that explanation for his whole life. No, not J-A-Y. J-E-H. So when you said Jay had it in black white and it felt nuts, because my cousin Jay has recently picked Magic back up. I guess we'll reserve the blessing. Because my cousin is back into Magic, I thought you were literally saying that you were hanging out with Jay and he had it in his deck and it was really good. We could also take Morning Patrol. This is kind of decision time. I'm sitting here chatting about my cousin, but really this is about Blessing versus Morning Patrol. Look, J-E-H is not how you spell yes. Okay? We are talking English around here. Blessing. You want to go Blessing? I think we're blue-white, though. Sprout, Root Coil versus Denick? And a bunch of... I think we're blue-white. I'm gonna take the Patrol. I think we're blue-white. Another Bolt. I don't think I'm playing Gaze in this deck. I'll take another... Although we could... Yeah, our 3s are good enough now that I'm gonna take another Bolt. There we go. Now my chat's coming through. You're allowed. Now that we understand each other, Glod, I approve. I just, that was funny, right? I mean, come on. Because I've spent a lifetime watching Jay have to explain the spelling of his name, right? So come on, my dear sweet baby cousin, like a baby brother to me. Like, I've never seen J-E-H in any other context. The other funny thing about my cousin Jay is I finally got autocorrect. Finally learned that no, I really mean J-E-H. Really, Apple, I swear I mean J-E-H. Can you please learn J-E-H? And it did, right as I started having Jay Schneider on stream for constructed stuff. And so it kept correcting my attempts to reach out to Jay Schneider to J-E-H. What did I take? Where are we at? Observer. Probably need an Observer just to have a 2 here. It's not great, but I like that it's a 2-drop I'm willing to play. What did I take? I don't even know. Did I have a Bolt selected? I think so. I hope so. I'll assume it was awesome and totally the right pick. Might play this Spirit. Yes, I am well aware of J having a y sound in many languages, but I've never seen JEH as an expression of kind of yeah. Now I have. All right, Witch comes around. I love it. We're going to grab that and be happy. I could take another Morning Patrol, but I think we're going to cut some of this early stuff anyway. So another 2-drop creature is where I'm at over Morning Patrol, which would be fine. Morning Patrol, a little more on blue-white plan, but 2-drops are 2-drops. I'm not passing another Witch. I feel like my camera's a little off here, but I'll fix it after we're done drafting. Secrets of the Key. Yeah, these might not fly that much, I acknowledge that, but I still like 2-drops just for curve purposes, even Grizzly Bears. Don't think we're playing the secrets. We could play Hedwig, this unplayable Mask to try and get Coven here and there, but not worth it. I don't think secrets is going to be worth it either for this deck. I'm going to cut a Blade Brand from someone over taking another card I'm not going to play from this pile. And Ruffian, we're going to fly over a Ruffian. I'm going to take Revelation in case Red Spells deck is trying to wheel that. And if so, they can have the Foragers. I'm going to keep cutting the Blade Brands. All right, well, I think we ended up in a medium spot here. We got some power at the top end for sure, but we're going to be playing some cards that either are lowish on their ability to affect their synergy, or you know, we didn't get all the interaction we would have liked, so we got Silver Bolts, which are fine. You know, anyway, there's I'm gonna cut the beach right now just to have a better understanding of how many cards I'm actually trying to cut, which is currently 5. I think we want 17 lands here. This is currently 15 creatures and a bunch of non-creatures, so I want to try to cut from the non-creatures. Not that we can't go below 15, but as a, you know, I want to find our worst spells first. One Geist Wave could probably go Dissipate. I don't think we're ended up being a Roost deck. Do you think we got there on this? I mean, we got some graveyard stuff, but I don't think we're doing enough of that to run it. So I'm just going to cut that outright. These cover-ups could one or both go. Firmament Sage is, again, we are kind of operating at instant speed. So I think, you know, we could do the Firmament Sage and not be embarrassed about it or anything. I think we can cut an Amalgam, though. Even though Amalgam is at its best in blue-white, where you're going to mill some action sometimes. Observer... Let's see, how many straight up 2-drop creatures do we have? 2 power creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 2-drops with the Observer. And then some 8 early plays. Technically, Veteran and Bolt are things to do early, which is really what this 2-drop count is about. So maybe we could get away with cutting that. It's certainly not doing much in terms of casting spells, right? I mean, if we have cover-ups going, you could have a turn 3 cover-up. Not the worst or anything, but I don't think it's that good. I mean, I'm not trying to build a Spirit deck. I mean, there's no Spirit synergies here. I mean, is Carriage reference Spirit? Like, I mean, it's just Flashback or Disturb, right? So it's whatever. Observer could be on the list, though. We can put it over here to consider. Because running this, gonna run the Spirit, gonna run the Surveillance, running this, running that. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, Flare. I guess I'm gonna move all this, you know, this Trixie stuff, and we just decide which of it we're keeping. I want both the bolts for being the hardest removal we have. So this is for sure. I could just cut these like this, and then we see 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. So we're looking at 6 adds. I think for sure 1 wave. I like having the extra piece of bounce. I think Dissipate is too powerful not to cut for its hard counter-ish, although maybe just a cover-up is doing that job as well. Like maybe we cut... See, this is where I think I do want the Observer. Land I'll put in later. I like to put it in last because I'm looking for this number to be 23, and if I put this up here, it kind of distracts me as being a land count number. Yeah, I was thinking 1 cover-up, but it's almost like if I put in the 1 cover-up, I almost want to go 2 cover-ups, no Dissipate, and at least have the cover-up loop available. Does Curse... I don't know what you're seeing, Rob, but it's probably just me not seeing what you're seeing. If we're doing Curse, does 2 cover-up get better or worse? Yeah, I don't know. But 21... Yeah, maybe we can keep the Dissipate too and just have a good counterspell contingent in this deck. I think I don't want the Firmament Sage. That leaves me on wanting to add... Now I'll put this back in because I'm only adding 1 more thing. Kind of looking at adding one of these. I think Media's on Blessed based on what Media's been talking, but I'm going to take a quick bio break and pull you on which of these to add. You may disagree with the 23 that I have in there already, but Barrage could be considered. I said it's not embarrassing to run one. I still try not to. I mean, if I can help it, I try not to, but it's not the worst, and we don't have a ton of straight up removal. What I'm going to do is, ask myself if silver bolts are coming up short a lot, and we would rather have one of these silver bolts be a barrage, or maybe a cover up be a barrage, right? I'm going to try 2 cover ups to start. 17. This is a 17 lander for sure. And so we might change up the deck a little bit later, but for now, I'm going to add one of these 4 cards. You're going to help me figure it out. No sabotaging Ryan on the voting. You can always do it in your chatting, but when we poll, please just abstain from voting if you don't want to help me make a decision. Don't actively make a bad vote, please. So are we adding Wave? Defiance, Key, or Flare? Let me know. I'll be right back. See, War Furnace? Hey gang, how'd it go? Defiance in a landslide. That seems wrong. We need 7, 9. All right. Looking at what people are talking about here. You might be a little heavy on counter spells. I do like the security of the double 4-drop counter, but maybe 3 is too many. But let's see. Put it to the test. Maybe I'll make some changes if the counter spells are feeling extra clunky. I don't want to be too results oriented, but we know that the counter spells might be too heavy. If that's playing out, maybe I'll make a change. But I think we're also, again, when it's close like this, we're talking about really fine amounts of win percentage either way. When the choices, as the choices get tougher, the win percentage you're talking about gets smaller. Thank you, Turbo Banana. May you speedily be bananas long into the future. Silver and Constructed. Oh, I play a lot of... Let's see, if you want to see what random decks I have in my... I kind of grabbed... I just did the old net decking of the whole World Championship, so we've got PV Beatdown, Takahashi Dragons, Depraj Treasure, Sato Aggro, Nassif Epiphany, etc. So I just straight up grabbed 6 of the World Champ decks, but really I've just been doing kind of the PV deck, mostly aggro green, snow green. But really, I have all these decks, and I usually choose a deck that matches whatever quest I am trying to complete/avoid. All right, now let me get my list again. I'm not sure I actually... I did the copy part of Hat's list, but not the pasty part. So let's get some pasties on. Insert OnlyFans joke here. Me doing OnlyFans with pasties on sounds like about the worst thing that's could ever happen to the internet. All right, Tron's up first. I'm gonna copy that, and except I gotta copy my deck. Shoot, I'm doing things in the wrong order. I gotta uncopy, recopy. Gotta paste your deck before you copy your opponent, Ryan. Now, where is it? Over here, over here. Let's grab it again. Try it again. I really don't know much about it, if I'm honest. I don't know how safe they are. That. Out with these. Pumpkins for Mama. Where the heck are they? Checking for other bling. That's done. No other bling requests, so we'll hop to land choices. I'm going to go with Theros today. I'm going to buy in some more of these in paper. I think these are going to be like the Eiffel Tower of Magic cards. The Eiffel Tower of basic lands. When it shows up, everybody's panning them and doesn't like them, but then over time, they become beloved. And we need a name and a poster child. Let's see, we pivoted into Denic. Maybe we can do something around that. Candles and bolts are in multiples. Hold a candle. Better say can't hold a candle though. That's the real phrase. This is where I click on the title and you let me change it. All right. There's no limit on, I mean, what does that even mean? It almost sounds like an argument against gay marriage, right? You can't have new full art lands because it somehow makes the ones I have less special. That's some BS. I don't even know what that means. That more land options is somehow bad. All right, recopying Tron's deets here. And yeah, I'll turn, we can, you want to turn on, what, we have the pumpkin pet, right? So yeah, we'll turn on emotes and stuff for Gauntlet Day. Well, I'm not talking digital. I'm just talking in the abstract. Arena's failure to give us proper tools to manage our growing land counts is their fault, not a reason to not make more special lands. Special basics, I mean. Well, rarity is a big selling point for collectibles, sure, but when we're talking about basic lands, while of course you can get some absurdly expensive basic lands, we all know that, the more important factor of basic lands to Magic is their avenue towards self-expression for players. The three most important things that your game needs to have long legs and to survive and thrive forever and ever and ever is a sense of progression towards mastery. You need to feel like I am getting better at this. You need a social component. You need to have people involved with other people. And you need autonomy. You need players to feel like they have choices that matter to them, either matter to the game or matter to them. And the ability to choose which version of what card to use in your Magic deck is an extension of the autonomy of deck building. The autonomy is one of the huge things that Magic has going for it. Obviously, it's one of the most customizable games. I'm waiting here as though I'm waiting for some rando, but it looks like maybe Tron and I are not having success matching. We'll figure out what to do there. Let me go to the game day room. But anyway, so basic lands providing additional autonomy for players on a creative level, on a non-game mechanical level, is a very powerful effect, given that you can use free lands from the bulk bin or $100 lands, $200 lands from the Guru program or whatever, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna just do a restart. Yeah, hiding lands would be nice too. There are certain lands I know I'm never going to use. It would be nice to, yeah, we talk about having, I should be able to have a default or mark my favorite, but I do like your suggestion, Break, of offering favorites. Effectively, that's the same thing as being able to hide something. If I'm able to hide some stuff, the other stuff becomes my favorites. But certainly being able to filter to my most common 5 choices or something to help me actually leverage that powerful feeling of autonomy that basic land choices can provide. Ravnica Premier Draft. Which one is it? Ravnica Mixer. Oh, it's probably just a fun. I mean, I'll try it. Assuming that's around for next week, we'll do that sometime. I now have some personal motivation to really annihilate Tron today. And I gotta keep this, but I don't like that we're starting on 3. But let's see, maybe we find something. Yikes! So, remember I was saying this card can be too clunky and too slow? How bad does this card look right now as a draw in the face of a stinger on 1, right? Well, we got nothing though, so Tron gets to whack away, and I'm bracing for what he can come up with on 2 here. A big curve out from Tron could just end this quickly, as we're likely spending our turn 3 dissipating whatever Tron does on 3. So if Tron's first 2 plays smack us around, we could fall way far behind way quickly, and this could just snowball in Tron's favor. Yeah, that's frightening. Frightening, and I feel like we're now just wildly behind, even though we were on the play. I mean, part of the reason I kept is like, okay, we're at least on the play, so we're probably not getting run over, and instead we are totally getting run over. Let me get over here. Free meme, but the wrong one. The one you get for plays is this one. And we did nothing with our 3rd turn mana. So here we are, turn 4, having not spent a dime yet. And a Grafted Identity we can't even play. But now we have Spirit or Cover Up. Tron knows that we're all loaded with counterspells. Could be a reason to change. Like, I don't mind the counterspells, and I don't mind letting my opponents watch my deck building and enjoy the stream, but it sure does reduce the effectiveness of your counterspells when all of your opponents know exactly what you're running. Oh, Tron is blind? Okay, well, you can probably guess, at least. Well, we're going to go for the Spirit. I have a feeling it's going to get picked out of the sky by probably a Slash, Moonrager's Slash, but obviously we got to try this. They're not priority spells, but if you can, there's some different roles that counter spells have in a limited deck. In an aggressive tempo-oriented deck, all right, it was Pyre, not Slash, but as I said, I expected a 3 mana, 3 damage burn spell. And I've become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. So far behind here, just so wildly far behind. We can Candlegrove Witch and sack it to steal one of theirs, but I think we need to just play the Witch and counter, look to block and counter, and then maybe find something that lets us get to the point where we can steal one of Tron's other creatures. But ideally, like what I'm trying to do with the counter spells in this deck, I mean, it didn't happen here because of how the hand broke out. But if we can go, you know, Veteran into Candlegrove Witch into Loyal Griff into hold up counters, then you're having counters back up your early aggro plays. So that's kind of what I was going for here. And now we got to cover that up, use all of our mana. Do I want the Spirit back? Yeah, I'll even send the Spirit back in. If we draw that, that would be fine. Flash it in and block. And there it is. Funny. Trouble is the Stinger is like gonna get us. We kind of need to flash in, block the Witch, kill it, and then sack our own Spirit to steal their Stinger. It's kind of crazy, but like you got to do what you got to do. Here, do we dissipate that and go to? We can dissipate and go to 2, or we Storm Rider and block and still go to 2, but then we don't have a creature, so I guess we just had to dissipate. Okay, Angler, sack Angler, steal Stinger, but then we're still dead. I think we're kind of dead. Yeah, sorry, Tron may have missed lethal, but I think they've got it now, because what can we do here? Yeah, I think this is all done unless we can convince Tron somehow not to attack with this, you know, with some stops or something. But they're tapped. I can't steal an untapped creature is the problem. This does not say untap. That'd be a neat clause on a creature stealer, right? We've never seen that, but one of these could say, as additional cost to cast the spell, you know, whatever. Enchant creature, you control enchanted creature. When this enters the battlefield, untap enchanted creature. So I think I'm just sitting here waiting to die, but I'm going to make Tron do the attack. And I do at least have one stop set to hopefully make him a little nervous, but yeah, now it doesn't even matter at all. All right.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Well, that certainly showed you the drawback of clunky counterspells and card draw. We drew the clunky side of our deck against a aggro curve out and really had no chance when Tron backed up his early plays with interaction. If Tron had not had the interaction, we could have stabilized, but the curve out plus interaction made it impossible. So I'm going to leave the deck as is for at least one more match, and then I'll consider tweaks. I mean, really, Tron, who wasn't besides Tranel? Good game, nice curve out. I was just saying, it was the curve out plus interaction. Could have stabilized if you had the curve out but no interaction, but curve out plus interaction was not something our deck could manage when I'm paying that much to stop your cheap stuff. Next up, DT76. Oh, I might not have annoying stuff turned on. There you go, Mama. Look, annoying stuff turned on just for Mama. Another, like, really? We got to start on 3, but at least we can start on 3 with a flyer, and we can have Dissipate if we need to, and Griff if we don't want to. So we'll do that, and I still hoping I find a 2, but it's really rough to start on 3 in the format, but I can't throw this hand back. All right, well, there's a nice turn 3 if DT sends in that Loper. You're one to talk, Scullies. Go back and watch your replay from last week. I don't even remember beating you. I was too busy ranting about Siphon whatever, and then suddenly you were dead. I was like, oh yeah, was Scully's playing me? I forgot. It didn't seem like he was playing me. We get to operate at instant speed again, griffing if we don't have anything to dissipate. Ooh, this is rough. Didn't really think about going to Knight here and what that represents, but we could griff, bounce Intruder, Defiance, and trade here if we thought that was worth it. How bad do we think this situation is with this thing? It's an option. But we can also potentially 2-spell coming up to flip it back. Yeah, maybe if there was no open mana, Glod, you're right. Like, it's too risky into open mana, I agree. It's already enough of a downside to do it when it would be guaranteed, but to do it, to risk it into open mana is too risky. So we're just gonna have to try to win a long one here as DT gets some life back. Morning Patrol. We could dissipate that, or we can Griff. Which one are we doing and why? Griff could give us a block bounce play to avoid taking some more lifelink next turn. And yeah, Dissipate does exile, and I was talking about how dissipating disturb cards is a nice, effective 2-for-1. So yeah, we'll do that. And then, but I especially like that we follow with Untapped Intruder, block, bounce Intruder, and not give them any lifelink, potentially. That was my read, Scullies. Also, it was just straight true. And also, you started it. So if you're not a good sport, you probably shouldn't go around trash-talking other people, would be my suggestion. Does Denick win out in any way over my plan? I could Denick and Blessed Defiance to gain some life and just flip the Lurker back. That's not the worst, but it's a pretty weak use of the Defiance. Let's... Yeah, I'll do the Griff bounce play. We might draw a land, and then we can go Apprentice, replay Griff, so that if DT attempts to re-knight it and get back to the 4/4 side of this card, we can flip it to day. That's true. I remember that too, Skull. There's our 5th land, giving us Curse or Pious Intruder. Obviously, we have to, if we want to flip today, we need to cast the Intruder now, which is unfortunate since we don't get the value of the -2 on their turn, but we effectively get the value of a -4 on their turn by flipping this today, so we're going to do it. Yeah, I don't know, Tron. People are down on Outrider. I found it to be fine to good. Fine to great, depending on the deck, really. It's been great in some matchups. Why? I'm 2 spelling to make it daytime. I tried to explain that. This goes away. I want this to flip. And to that end, I can even attack with a Griff. We'll still get there. At some point, we will probably Defiance block to take out the 4/4 lifelinker, but since I didn't have to do it now, and I could... now I put DT in the spot where it's like, all right, are you going to pass? Because I'm going to try to play a spell a turn, you know? It still hurts on this side, but obviously not as much as a 4/4 frickin' lifelinker. Observer could Defiance block an Outrider successfully. That might be worth it. We could also Curse and try to get our card draw on. At 12 life against a 2-power creature, probably time to Curse and get this advantage going while we have a moment where we're not, like, oppressively under the gun. Oops, let's curse the right player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, any number of target players other than that player. Okay, just making sure. Making sure. These curses are weird. I mean, mostly you just want to curse your opponent, right? Now what am I doing? What do I have to... I target myself? Gosh, that's... I guess it's all for commander, but boy, it sure makes it clunky in a duel. Arena, just don't let me screw up, you know? Please don't make me screw up. Well, it says, any number of target players means technically you can not target yourself if you were going to deck yourself, so you got to give that option. That's classic Magic. It's like, darn it, the edge case means you have to let them potentially do it. All right, we have Carriage. We can just drop the big flyer. We have Observer Cover-Up. Observer Cover-Up on this board is interesting. It gives us, and we have things we want to put back in. Probably, well, only Dissipate. Not that that's a huge factor. I mean, if you cover up, if you want a hard counter, you can hard counter, right? If we go for the Carriage, DT has attacks still pretty good because he's, with the Outrider, especially willing to trade. But we're at 9. We could also accept that, and that DT gets a little value out of the Outrider and some other stuff, and we can still put like Griff in front of the Whisperer. It's a big threat, so yeah, I'll do it, and we can also add a threat to the graveyard. Keeps it daytime. And in fact, if DT flips it to night, saving a 2-spell turn can help flip it to day if we need to. Can't play a cover-up whenever you want, though. And probably want the life-gaining flyer given our circumstances here. Also gives us a decent 2-spell next turn. This is a smaller flyer, but the life gain at 9 to 19 seems relevant to me, especially since this is draining us. Even at our best cases that this is draining us. Yes, it's a leaves battlefield life gain, but I'm expecting stuff to leave the battlefield here. Solid. And absolute tough spot for us now. Are we 2-for-1ing ourselves for either of these? If we don't, we're going to 2. Can we go to 2 and have a plan for next turn? Observer, Candlegrove, Defiance, or say Veteran, Witch, Defiant. No, the Veteran, Observer, Defiance seems good. That's true. Outrider is a 1-for-1. I suppose I should take that, huh? Let's do that. Yeah, Curse is... The Blessed Defiance makes it... The Curse makes it iffy. The Blessed Defiance makes it justifiable, especially since leaving creatures around gives us more of a chance to get that power pump, but we're going to be able to... I like the observation that this is currently a 1-for-1. If one of these 2 cards blows this out, then we're just dead. But you can't play around that which you cannot beat. Because you can't help it. That's the beauty. That's probably my favorite part of the Gauntlet, is how chatters who ostensibly don't want to help me can't help themselves. That was excellent for DT to land another creature here. Now we're up against it especially, but the Defiance is going to be prove critical here. So Veteran over Witch, Observer to add to the board, and then Defiance to gain some life here. Would you have played something to prevent that flip, though? I don't know what we'd do there to not let... I mean, the flip seems like it had to happen, Media. I don't know. What would you have done? You'd like, throw away a spell to keep it daytime? Oh, maybe I didn't remember that we had that. Well, we're going like so, and like so. This is the... I guess we could do it... This is the way that kills everything. We could get one more point of lifelink if we threw this over here, but this trades off the whole board, and that's what I'm going to do. One time, there's a pause there, so I'm worried. Let's see. Seems none of this is instant speed, so it seems like DT has an instant here. I don't know what it is, but again, I can't play around anything. We need this to work or we're dead, so let's see what DT's got. Yeah, we might not get the 1-1, but I don't care. That was the... I think that was what we needed to do. Certainly the result we were hoping for. I'm gonna hold up the cover-ups over a second Witch here. I don't know if we're favored in the face of a flyer that we can't solve right now. I mean, we are on a 4-turn clock, 3-turn clock. So, I mean, Oppo wins if nothing changes. It's just that we have a pretty good shot of changing something in the next 3 turns. Whether it's a favored chance, you know, whether it makes us a favorite, I'm not sure. Here, though, we can... Okay, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, which is a really awkward amount of mana. They are targeted with the curse. I mean, read the card. Read the card very carefully, and you'll see why we were laughing about how awkward it is in a duel. But there's all these things that just have to happen that way. We gotta play 2 spells and flip this back. So going shields down on cover-ups to go Witch Abomination here. And like maybe I get, let's say have we cast, oh, we've cast the Dissipate, so we can't even maybe draw a Dissipate off the Surveillance. But we have instants we could draw as well that could help us survive the turn. No attacks because of the lifelinker, but we're going to flip it back here. Been a good game. Yeah, that's not an answer, right? Maybe a dead angler up in the air would be an answer if we could get this up in the air, but right now I don't know how to do that either. So we got to say no blocks, and only block there when we need to chump to avoid losing. And now we're just dead. We need to draw something off of the surveillance. I'm gonna send everything but the abomination, since Spirit does technically let us live. Yeah, we're gonna play Angler and hope to draw Spirit. I can cover up my own Angler, but it exiles it. All right, one-time dealer. Keep this game interesting. Give me an answer, baby, or I'm out 2 on the week. Porter, you're late as late can be. Yeah, maybe right has us dead, but like if I had cover up the right 5, 6, 7, what could he have drawn? Anything flashy? Geist Wave? There you go. Geist Wave could have gotten it done. As it is, good job, chat.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there. Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
It shouldn't count as in hand until I can actually cast the thing. Yeah, Spirit would have gotten there. We saw our outs and tried to get to him, but failed. All right, now I want to... Oops. I said I would do a couple of games and then take a look at the deck again. So here I am doing that. GG Deep Thought. Had some outs, but couldn't find them. I don't know what else you had in your hand. Maybe my outs weren't really outs. But we're at least playing to what we knew could be outs. That's all you can do. I think one cover-up has to go. They've been way too clunky, if not 2. What do we... I gotta see what I'm putting in. Barrage could go in as interaction. Geist Wave as interaction. Firmament Sage to draw some cards instead of sitting there waiting and doing nothing. I think we probably just want another piece of interaction. So that could be Barrage, which can find itself without targets, but when you have a target, it's largely an excellent one. We could just go Secrets to draw some cards faster. But at that point, I think I just want Geist Wave. At least that interacts with those early plays, right? Did it go into the deck? No, it didn't. Hold on, let me... There we go. Yeah, but it's not like we're stacked at 4. I mean, you need some 4-mana plays. I'm gonna just put in a Dungeon Geists over the cover-up. That works. Oh, math getting all technical on me. Yeah, the trouble is I feel like if I want to replace, I would prefer to replace with creatures, not other spells. So I think I am going to put the other... It's either cover up, one cover up, or just the Firmament Sage, but this is so underwhelming to me. At least it blocks. All right, let's try it. Let's try it without the cover-ups. Yeah, I mean, consider what's the most rares plus mythics you've ever had in one deck. It's like last week I had 4 rares and 1 mythic, and we were all, whoa! All right, Ryan, let's find a win here somewhere. I don't care if I lose the week, but I don't want to lose it 7-0. Skeeve is up next to try and keep it rolling for chat. All right, this looks great. Where have our bolts been? A little removal would have been nice up to this point. Skeeve gets a backside creature, but I'll take that every time. Would like a land here, and then we get a protected Dennick next turn. Love the ambitious farmhand, great card.
Farm boy, fill these with water.
As you wish. I'm not left-handed either.
Greater meme? Maybe. No land, Boo earns. What are we going to do about that? Drop another witch. Just go ahead and drop Dennick. Dropping Dennick's probably fine. But our witches aren't going to be flying anytime soon. Yeah, let's do this. All right, well, now we know Skeeve has Blessed Defiance. I'd be fine if Skeeve wants to trade Farmhand and Blessed Defiance for a Witch, so I'm going to attack with both. I can see why Skeeve would do the play, just because a 1/1 flyer out of it does block and kill the intruder, which is a nice kind of way to make up for the loss there. But I understand the pause there from Skeeve. It was a tough choice on whether or not to fire off a Defiance there. And this is, frankly, where, you know, Arena is Arena. And now this would scream trick anyway. But... yeah, that's a good point. Dennick is a non-bow with the counter spells anyway. Good call, Chimero. So no blocks here. Certainly don't want to lose my... Well, there's a argument for just letting this die so we can cast it.
Not only am I your ship's captain, I am also your party captain. Woo! We're gonna get it going here in just a few minutes.
I'm your party captain too. And
Now we know about the Defiance, but we have Bolt up, so that leaves Skeeve in a tough spot. And with a life linker, I'm going to send everything in. And then Witch hold up Wave is fine here. Oh yeah, you can still counter it. You just don't get the graveyard benefit. Yeah, it's a non-bow, but not a. Now you can't even cast it non-bow. Denick v. Denick. All right. We have Wave plus Bolt and Stormrider Spirit. We could only send the Intruder and play some defensive games here. Or I took Skeeves. I wasn't in white until the middle of pack 2. So if Skeeve got the first Denick, you could argue it the other way around. I don't love bolting the 2/3 because the backside of Denick is even stronger. What I was kind of hoping is that they'll die somehow and we bolt the backside of Denick. We want to bolt Denick in the ass is what I'm saying. And on that front, I will send in the Intruder only. They can play it, yeah. No, you can't target it. You can play stuff from the yard. You just can't target things in the yard. Don't worry, Banana. This is for you, but it's all of us.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Loyal Griff at the end of our turn. Maybe bringing back the farmhand. I love that play. I like that the Bolt explains our pauses. Skeeve isn't going to know that we have Spirit or Geist Wave per se, since the Bolt explains all that. Let's play that meme again. It's too good.
Farm boy, fill these with water.
As you wish. I'm not left-handed either.
All right, our turn. There's potential flip mana up here. It's really suspicious because Skeeve has the Drifter that they could play. And they're not. But if we don't land the Spirit here, that's all right. I think Skeeve's probably... what I'm worried about is that we go Spirit and they do something like kill... I don't even care if our Denick dies, though, so let's do it. See if we get countered and accept it, if so. And know that at least we're also good to go on our turn. Second Bolt... doesn't do anything on the board, so there's no need to play it pre-combat or anything. We're almost small enough. We almost have flying witches, but not quite yet. And with the expected, we know there's tricks, but let's send the flyers. Yeah, we could bolt the flyer, I suppose. I'm just willing to trade off the, you know, I'm going to hold the bolt, though. I don't care if we trade Griff for Intruder. And if they try to go Griff for Spirit with the trick, that's when I'll use the bolt. But I'll take this trade. This is fine. Yeah, then we get to blow it out. Now I'll use it. Or we could wave it. Wave does it as well, but I like bolt, hold up, wave to protect our own stuff. Now if they have something like flare, we have wave. Yeah, we could have waved on ourselves, but I was fine just killing that there. Because then my intruder is still out there attacking, and they're at 7 life, and we have 5 power of flying that they can't currently do anything about. I mean, they can play this, I guess, right? I mean, I'm just trying to get them dead, that's why. Don't recast the intruder, just kill their thing, and have wave to clear blockers for a lethal attack eventually. And we know about the lifelink effect. I'm going to go ahead and double block given the Geist Wave and the Bolt here. Because we can wave and bolt on our turn and likely kind of get there on that front. Interesting choice there. We could let the lifelink happen and just say this is fine. We can also Geist Wave the token. I guess Geist Waving token kind of gives us a near something. I mean, they're going to get 2 life here as well. So they're at a virtual 9 here. It's really just 1-for-1 Geist Wave for Defiance if we want, but it also prevents them getting a flying blocker, which is pretty important. So I'm going to do it. Also lets them flip with Coven as well. Yep, good call. I'm not going to play it a 3rd time, though. Sorry. So now a forced block that's going to put them in basically sweeper or bust mode. And if it's a sweeper, we still get to follow with the backside of Denick. So does Oppo, though. Ooh, is that enough? Maybe. 2 blockers and the big lifelinker? We're asking what the black was for. There's your answer. That is a huge draw. Probably gets us there against 8. Close, but we can. They're gonna go for the Storm Rider Spirit block, and we get to at least trade for her, right? If we send the flyers and Skeeve blocks with the blocks Archangel on the 2/1, it's actually kind of bad for us. We could also pre-combat like Defiance Denick. I don't like that. I'm thinking, I'm trying to get the, I'm wondering if the Witch should get up in the air. But if we send just the Storm Rider Spirit and they let it go, we win. If they block with the Abomination, I guess they get the Abomination back. Is that too valuable? Yeah, that's true. This doesn't block, so flying doesn't matter. I said Sweeper was the only out, but Skeeve said nope, there was one other one. So if we do swing away, and let's say Skeeve goes... maybe send in Hope for Mistakes. If Skeeve puts anything on the... if Lisa blocks anything but Storm Rider, though, we kind of lose. Not lose, but it's bad for us. Although it's not the end of things. So yeah, I think because we get him one with 2 life linkers, so that, but that puts them again at virtual 7. But they don't have vigilance, so if they attack to get back to 7, we have good cracks. So no, lifelink here, Skis. Skis is your new nickname. Skip this old part. I'm gonna go for this and see if they make mistakes. All right, we got there. That's what we needed to have happen. I mean, our board looks rough now, but that's what we needed to have happen. Ugh, land, not what we wanted off the top. I'm going to send in Apprentice only, I think. The good thing is the 6 life. The bad thing is their 3 cards to our none. Effectively none. Maybe they've got some land up here too, though. Am I sending the Witch an offering for Abomination? That's another fair question. Witch probably isn't flying anytime soon. Let's do it. Yeah. Just working that out, math. I don't mind the block on the Apprentice. I kind of want this thing up in the air. Yeah, they don't even want the Apprentice dead. Now I'm flooding. I mean, not in a statistical sense, but in a recent draw sense. I think we're pretty normal on lands, really. Yeah, and I'm not saying, again, this is not like me complaining about variance being harsher on me than Oppo. I'm just saying I'm drawing lands when I wish I wasn't. Thus, flood. Yeah. Look, man, I don't care what's happening to Oppo. I'm flooding. See? I get to play these.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
I am drowning. There is no sign of land. You are coming down with me, hand in unlovable hand, and I hope you die. I hope we both die. I should have played this to play around Flip. I was too busy singing. And I'll play the land in case we get something. I think we took out our 4-mana instance, but look, I was too busy singing. I don't know what you think my priorities are around here. Have you all any Mountain Goats fans out there who've noted that Mountain Goats have blown up on TikTok because of that song? All right, now, yeah, this was a great draw because now we're starting to get wide enough. Oh yeah, Skeeve is super flooding. We both flooded. I played my memes in the flood. I almost did that. That I don't think I can even target it because it's like target other than that player. So even if I clicked here, it wouldn't even work. Yeah, so what does that mean? It's highly unlikely these are 5 lands. What does that mean Skeeve is holding on to? Although, geez, with how we're both going, maybe it is 5 lands. Well, now I'm in... Now we can at least attack... I feel like we're going to find out here. I don't think it's 4 lands. That would be insane. Skeeve, if you've got 4 lands here, I'm so sorry. That's the super floodiest flood of all floods. But I'm going to send in the 2/3s. Technically, this is damage. I could send in this and threaten lethal, but I think they just block here and then play one of their spells and it's not lethal. See? That's what I was thinking. Also the 6, they're going to gain life. Yeah. All sorts of reasons it was not going to be lethal. Crazy game, kinda. It would have been damage, I suppose. Yeah, it wouldn't even have been damage, you're right. I don't know. I'm just trying to make some progress and really didn't. Flood galore. Are we even yet? Jeez. We're on 13 us, 10 them. Might have to start declining. But what's our answer to this flyer? That's the question. Geist Wave? Falcon Abomination on a Grafted Identity? Revenge of the Drowned? We got some answers. Phantom Carriage? We got some hot cards in our final 13. Where the heck are they? Hoarder. Can we hoard? And we're gonna, if we hoard, we fall behind, but I think we can get ahead and win on damage. So we're gonna try to just actually win on damage here, because hoarder sets us back on the decking race. Where's your... Look at that. Of course. Of course. Ay, 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 ay. I guess the grafted steals theirs. I think we need to steal their flyer because we can also make a flyer. We can also make a Denic, our Denic fly. Harsh, though. I think sack Denic, right? I'm gonna go with that. Somebody who's telling me to sack a 2/1, tell me why you don't want to put the rare up in the air. Do we really not want Pious Apparition flying and making us... I guess we don't need to draw that much anymore? But it's a more powerful flyer? I'm going to do what I think is correct, which is this. And if this gets countered, we still get to come in the air with Pious. But certainly counterspells could explain a lot of cards in hand drawing and doing nothing if we're also drawing and doing nothing. Looks like we got that, and now we're going to try for this. So it was, in fact, a counter. They just couldn't counter that. And I'm still fine with this result. Obviously, I wish we had our rare up in the air, but now we're back to having a flyer, and they don't. Great. Now I'm getting my card draw. Is it? I don't know. We got a lot of life. Got a lot of blockers. With this attack, we're going to try and trade for the Cathar and bounce block the Apprentice so that Skeeve can't get the Apprentice in the yard either. If you're going to do that, you better throw in the Silversmith. I don't see why you don't throw in the Silversmith here. Maybe because of, maybe Skeeve did math, though, and we had lethal on the crackback. We, however, are going to do it this way. This, and this. What a weirdo game. That was my slack, not yours. I still haven't figured out how to turn this. Can I just close it? Only let me close it. Jesus. All right. $7 to 7. So we might be on draw 0 now. Are we? 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. Us at 7. We could even send the Abomination with the Geist Wave. No, Firmament's not May. So that's true. If it gets to that point, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we do have to find a way to win then. So I'll send Abomination here. This looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers, 3 blockers, but Geist Wave is a secret 4th blocker. And we do need to get him dead. Don't know what else to do besides try and get them dead. I think he's still larger because you don't have to put it in your graveyard. You can at least peek. And submit 0. We can draw 1 here. We're still ahead of that pace, although Sage could put us out of that. I'm going to go ahead and draw. Again, I think we're trying to literally get there on the actual damage. We've got 5 back in the air. We can stop some of the lifelink and try to kill one of the lifelink and bounce the other lifelink. Is it a great draw? I mean, we don't die to... it helps us with some life gain, but doesn't get us up in the air? Yeah. All right, then. Yeah, but we don't have it yet. I mean, we're blocking here, but... Not necessarily. Right now, we're ahead on the mill game. They're at 5, we're at 6. We can stop drawing. Yeah, but what does Coven even matter to them? Is Coven doing anything? Oh, that's what Scribbles is talking about. Yeah, we can bounce that back and then try to get it on the other side. Can we even try to kill the Denic? Although, again, we really don't want to. So what if we go like this? And like this? We really don't want the Sage to live anyway. You like waving the 3/4? I don't like waving the 3/4 because it's the recasting. This is actually kind of good for him. I'd rather take the 3 from that, and well, we can also chump. But we're not taking 9. We're going to bounce the Cathar, so we could just take 5. If we take 5, they go back to 9. Yeah, we're definitely bouncing the Cathar. Yeah, we don't want to... Well, we could do this, then. We could go... but this makes them draw. They get a flyer, right? But... yeah, that would be hilarious here. Wow, tough blocks. Could go Sage on the 2/3, but we kind of want it to die as a thing. We could also go, what about Sage Drifter on the Smith, bounce the Cathar? Somebody probably has already suggested that. I think that looks pretty good. Then we take 5. Well, it kills it. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, thanks for the math. I was thinking, I was doing the 3 damage here and was moving it over here, but that doesn't kill it. So that's a terrible play. And we're back to assessing Maybe even there's also this play. This is somewhat interesting because it's a 1-for-1, and we can actually bounce the Archivist, right? And then if they replay the Archivist, they have to go down another card on the race to the bottom. So now I'm liking that play. Still going to 2. They leave Sage alive. What a tough spot. Could do this, and this is the other thing, and do the bounce again. This is back to where I kind of was before. We have a Geist Wave. We're at 7. I don't know why you think we're dead when we bounce something. Sorry, I'm tanking over long here, but obviously this is the crux of the game. It is, Doctor. Could also block Drifter on Cathar and bounce your own card to replay Angler. Then we draw. Well, bouncing the Cathar also stops the lifelink because it's not going to flip on the way back, and if they want to get a planes, that's fine too. One, two, you like 1-2 on 3-2, 2-3 on 3-4? That's 2 chumps. We can't just sit here chumping. We need to trade too. They reactivate if you don't kill Danik. Yeah, because they have the zombie. That's true. The Larder changed that plan. All right, so then if we can't undo the Cathar lifelink, I'm back to this play. Yep, I'm going to do this. Settled. Final answer. Pump is the last thing I'm worried about. Like... Yeah, that's why I end up killing the farmhand, because I don't think we can race that lifelink. We had a plan to try and keep it from flipping back, but that showed to not work. So, we took the one... We took the way to get that thing dead. God! It's like the last land in the deck. I mean, we only have 5 cards, so it's still like a good... And that's probably even a lie. I mean, it's probably statistically very normal to have drawn that. Just frustrating to have drawn that. Can we get anything at instant speed here? Loyal Griff and Revenge of the Drowned and 2 lands. Yeah, we were 50-50. I'm being all complainy, but we were like 50-50 to draw lands there. So Loyal Griff and Revenge are what we're looking for off the top. 2 in 5 chance of getting a great answer for the situation. And 5 to 5. Anyway, yeah, maybe we are on the deck plan now. Let's see. There's got to be no attacks. Although if we go nighttime, how do we even do... No, I didn't. I played this turn, right? Good. Okay, so we're not flipping to night. But Oppo might. All right, if they go to flip, we can griff back our own Sage. That's nice. Haha! No, we're not. They're at 4. We're at... Oh, wait. How do we... Get... Oh, yeah, because I did that one draw. That's true. So now what do I do? Maybe I'm supposed to... maybe I'm supposed to go ahead and draw. Like, maybe we just need to figure out how to win. In which case, we're looking for... but I don't think we have the tools in the deck to win that way. So I think I've now lost on deck damage, probably. But I think... but now I can't win on deck damage or life damage. So, despite the fact that I think you are correct, well then what's our plan? Is our plan to fold? Or is our plan to roll over? That doesn't seem like a plan. So, what about... Okay, here's an oddball. Oh, this is creature only. I was wondering if we could bring back our grafted identity. Well, Sage comes back if we think we can win by decking, but if we can't win by decking, we should leave the Sage and draw. So I think all we can do is draw and try to get there. And that means decline to bounce any of this and hope for the best. I think we're losing this, but this is all I can think of. Revenge would still be great. And if it doesn't go today, we can have next turn to try and win. Let's start with the obvious air attack. Can't send veteran. Don't want to give them life, even though it would give us another flyer. So we're going to send these 2. I don't think we can get there. There's just too much to block, but we get another token. I mean, maybe we just lucky get there. Like, I think our only out is to use our revenge on the Denick to avoid the lifelink, and then somehow get enough around. And we're also in a spot, though, where at 2 cards in library, if I draw off the surveillance, they can double spell, make it day, and then we lose. So we really just need to know that revenge is in our library and that we're going to try to use it to win. So we can't draw from the curse. Especially because, let's see, at 4, yeah, we just can't count. I mean, this is not a spell. If they can't 2-spell, we could, but they're about to draw. We just have to presume they're going to 2-spell. And now, technically, we have bounce the flyer, swing for 8 against their virtual's 8. We are going to chump with the veteran at least, and maybe pile on other stuff. I kind of want them to let the Sage live. No, I guess it doesn't matter when we draw the revenge. But the Sage is not really that relevant. But maybe the revenge on the bottom is better. 1 more turn of attacks in the air. So let's go ahead and let's pile on here. Denick comes back as a flyer, which we really don't want. I don't want to give him a flyer. They haven't shown a trick yet. Flare of Faith could just be game winning for Oppo if we don't at least bounce block the Denick. But we also, again, don't have lots of choices. And yeah, we kind of want... Well, we kind of want the draw, though. Yeah, this is interesting. Interesting. We get... I'm going to do this and hope they don't have a trick, first of all. They could have drawn a trick by now and we're just dead, but I can't play around that. We're playing around so much stuff. I'm not playing around a combat trick. I can take or leave the draw. I think we do okay on a draw. Yeah, but now we win. Because we for sure get our bounce spell. See, if we only drew the land, that would suck. But instead we got... Well, not win. The other flyer really screwed us. Other flyer screwed us. Darn it. But let's see. We get... They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. We can get rid of one of them and leave them to 4 blockers. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. They stop the 4 in the air, and then it's not enough, right? Can you believe it? Stupid Soul Guide Griff is what it comes down to? Agonizing. Agonizing loss, honestly. Wait. We can revenge to not deck ourselves. We can put the Firmament Sage on top. And cast a Morning Patrol. And on that front, what do we want? Well, we can put the Sage on top, then we don't draw from it. Well, let's find out. I think this is all we got. Do we want to put it on top or bottom? Top or bottom? I'm going to decline. Oh, did we have to swing? I'm kind of lost in the exact details at this point. I just knew I needed to do that. And if we send the Falcon, what is that doing for us? Nothing. Yeah, we didn't really do anything. Maybe, I mean... I don't see how we get there still. Yeah, I think we're still dead. No, they're at 2 cards, so we don't even have that. Unless they want to put that in the yard? Wow, what a final turn from Skeeve. Dropping both the Griff and the Trapper to take away our sneaky last second attempt to get a win here. Do this. Doesn't matter. We're just waiting to die here. It's all over. All over but the crying, which will start shortly. They don't. Why would they deck out on draw? I mean, you have to draw an empty deck, Scullies. Maybe that's what you're thinking. You don't lose from drawing your last card. You lose from requiring a draw that you don't have. So, whatever. This is it. We're done. Man, you got to know I'm gonna lose this game. Like I pull covers. I pull the two covers because they're too clunky when they would have stone won us this game. Devious cover-ups. We took them out and instead lose to decking. Classic. If I put them in, I lose to aggro though.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there.
I know what you're
Must be
thinking,
dead.
chat.
He's
I'm
worse
still
than
gonna win
dead.
one today.
His brain is gone.
Yeah, that's true. The cover-ups wouldn't have got there because of the Denix. We talked about that. Look, let me have my excuses without... reminding me of why it wouldn't have worked. Good game, Skeeve. That was a great one. Well played. Next up. And it would have been wrong every time. I don't know. I think it would have been wrong every time. Every time I thought about killing that rare, it seemed wrong. If you want to go back through and find out where it would have been right, have a blast. And if you try to tell me about it, I'll ignore it. Because I'm moving on to the next game. Oh yeah, bring it, chat. Bring the you're getting my hair on 03. Just like everybody talks about the no-hitter in the third inning. Go for it. You do it. You're just jinxing yourselves anyway. I don't think this is a sneep, but it is a keep. Playing the island. If we get another island, we can have Dissipate if we want over Patrol, but really we're going to Patrol here. It's going to be our third turn play for sure. Bolt, you're late. Could have slipped you in the curve. Yeah, white was definitely our splash color here. I'll take the attempted trade, given that Patrol has a backside. And a backside we wouldn't even mind casting here. Although with that, what does that change? Maybe we go... you can go Bolt Griff. Griff doesn't block anything, though. Neither does this. Yeah, math's effing me up with the curve here. Could also just bolt the Cathars. I think I do that. Take 3. Try to stabilize. Awakener is gonna do its thing. Can't do anything about it. Really needed a land there and didn't get it. Surprise Griff. Yeah, we could drown. I just don't know how effective that's gonna be. I guess we could drown the Morning Patrol. But I kind of figure what I was going to do is end turn, then Math is going to Awakener, and we could consider drowning the Awakener after it flips and set that tempo. I think I'm going to pass. And if Math doesn't do it here, we have the Revenge up. Oh, interesting. Well, with that play... Well, I'm just going to keep waiting now, because Revenge, we could still Griff, but this is absurd, getting stomped again. I'm going to pass. We got 2 things to do at instant speed here. And now Griff. Block 3-1. What the hell is happening to me? Stuck on land, getting rolled. It's just been unfair today. I mean, what am I doing about that? All right, you've matched your deepest win streak, chat. This is the second time ever that I've been 0-4 in a gauntlet. Last time this happened, I won the next game. Yeah, no thank you for that game, Math. That was stupid. Yeah, could I go first with a 2-drop once in this damn event? Yeah, now I'm getting testy. Just like last time I was at 0-4. I still feel good. We'll get there. Next up. This is why I tell, I always greet my competitors with good luck to all but one of you. I don't need to go 7 wins. 1 and 6 is fine. 1 and 6 is fine. Nice for making up for the decking game, though. Yeah. To me, that did not make up anything. There were no makeups that happened there. One more win to go shopping. Chad has already won the week. Are we failing? Quit and restart? Let's just do quit and restart. Always works. Oh, the workarounds. Take 2 on the Mantuka match. Oops, that one I missed a letter here. Oh, it's lowercase though, because yeah, make it freaking case sensitive. That's great. What mistakes? I'm right here, math. And I'm only just mildly salty because I'm 0-4. You think you're gonna get, you wanna bet, math? You wanna add to the bet? I'm picking up a win today. No, I'm not doing mostly dead outside of the time it's supposed to happen. Well, I got my play that I asked for, and it's a crap hand. All right. Yeah, I got a mulligan it. That's how it's going. This looks better. A lot better. Check out. Now we're talking curve out. My salt last game was just based on how crappy, like I didn't even fight. Like, note how salty I was on my loss to the mill thing, which was not really at all, because it was a great game. I was salty last game because it wasn't even a game. You can go Angler ahead of Danik, but I don't care if Danik dies, and 2-3 lifelink is pretty sweet to start with. Nice land for the Hoarder on time. Bird Admirer is still worth attacking into since it can't kill either of these. You all are now... see, I'm just always unsure. I always want to be confident I'm going to win, but I'm never overconfident. Well, until I am. I don't know. Whatever. I said I was going to win one, but I'm not counting on this one being a win yet. Not counting on nothing. Gotta choose one of these. What do we want most? Just the Griff, or really with the front foot we have, maybe we just want the Curse, and we drop the Curse, and then it's really hard to lose unless they kill the Curse. David, you like the Curse? Because really, for me, it's Griff to add to the aggression. But Griff doesn't, you know, Bird Admirer is going to start stopping our flyers, potentially. Let's go with the... Well, you're going to have to show me where you can show me some video evidence of me assuming that I'm going to win a game that wasn't decided yet, I'll give you the nod like, oh, I guess I did say that. I mean, it's probably in my range somewhere, but I just know myself as a player who gets nervous about making claims like that. And because here, look, we're stalling out now. They're building up a board, right? Like, and I was confident about that I was going to win some games, but I don't think I ever was like, this one is ours for sure. I never guarantee wins that aren't guaranteed. In this case, bait hook angler is basically all we've got, and there's no good attacks. Yeah, that was confidence. That was a threat, but not that. It's not like I looked at the board and said you're guaranteed to lose. But also, I don't really even remember my game against you, Scullies. I remember only the fury of Siphon Insight. I'll take a Plains draw. It gets us our curse. Yeah, it's just trash talk. It wasn't me promising a win. I'm just trash talking. There's a difference. Yeah, I didn't even technically say I was going to beat you at a game of Magic. I just threatened to kill you. Where's the overconfidence now, chat? Not from me. Not from me. We could steal something now. Maybe we just need to steal the reach, and then we can get back. We get a one. We would get our witch up in the air, and return the clock to flying. The flying clock. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And we're going to sack our Denic or Angler. We could sack, of course, just the old 2/2, but I'm thinking... oh, that's true. It doesn't give Witch Flying. Sorry, you're right. Boo. That's funny. We can sack the Angler, though, and recast it, and then eventually the Witch flies, right? So let's do that. That's all. That does that. That's a good reason to sack the Angler. Yeah, take Mentor would be fine. No, Mentor is good, but what we're doing is getting the reach out of the way of our flying. Mantuka attacking into the Bird Admirer. I kind of don't care if it dies. Should we block? Call it? I don't... But mainly I just wanted it off of Mantuka's side, so... Oh, Mentor mana. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, right. That's fine. Good call. I almost don't mind it, though. If they want to use their whole turn on that, that's pretty good. And then we fly back next turn for 4? Huh. Now I'm glad you called that out, but now I'm wondering if we just want to call them on it and be like, is this what you want to do with your turn? Kill your own Bird Admirer? What's got Death Touch? Oh, this gives it... Does this give Death Touch? Trample. Yeah, we're at 24. I think I'm being silly to not just take it. And then, too bad we can't hold up Dissipate, but I am going to get the Angler going so that the Witch flies. And we still have Defiance. Oh yeah, flies now because of that. Never mind. I make plans a turn early and then don't check them. I mean, that's the thing. In this game, you try to make your plans so that you can not think about it, right? You know what I mean? Like you're like, okay, here's my plan, and then you lock it in place so that you can put your mind on other things, and then the plan changes out from under you, and sometimes you miss it. At least I do. Common leak of mine. The plan changed and you didn't notice, Ryan, but this is still fine. If they have Flash, Wolf will trade for a Defiance. Still same idea. I mean, I could even play the Drifter now, especially since we know that the Witch flies anyway. Making him use, I kind of like that. Like, I'm just gonna do this. I don't need this Drifter for the Coven anymore, so I'm happy to have them spend a turn on something here. We could go Defiance. We don't get a 1/1 out of it, but we would kill their Interloper. Do we care, though? I kind of like just getting something out of their hand. I could Defiance the Shredder to get a flyer. But we can get a fly out of this anytime. We're just going to let the Defenestrate happen.
That I used to know have gone out the window.
Yeah, that's true. We do lose Coven here. We're in a spot where we're about to lose Coven, so that would be a reason to do it. Yeah, with them at 10, it's probably worth it. We don't get any lifelink out of it. If we could get a flyer out of this, I would do it here. No, we don't get a flyer here. This Exiles and Defiance gives you a token if it dies. So if we want the flyer, we need to do it on the random Shredder. Spirit's a good draw as well. I always care about value. It's just a heuristic of trying to extract maximum value out of your cards, right? So I was trying to see if there was a way to extract maximum value out of the card. There wasn't, so we went with the value that was most important to us at the moment. Yeah, that's Rob had the line of just using the Defiance to get the Coven on our turn and extra damage, but I think that was fine. We got a flyer out of it. And now Stormrider Spirit with showing lethal in the air already. Stormrider Spirit says you can kill one of our flyers and we are still lethal in the air. Not even gonna try to flash in and block that. I'm just trying to try to flash in the Spirit. Yeah, that's fine too. I think they're just digging for answers to the lethal flyers. Maybe I should have just dissipated that, but if they found an answer, we could do that. In fact, with Dissipate, I shouldn't even cast the Stormrider Spirit. We're showing lethal and we have Dissipate, so I'm not even gonna do anything. All right, gang, there's one for the home team. I'm going to start here. I think this meme has never been more appropriate.
Thank you. We got one!
Champ is here! The champ is here!
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
You got the week, though, gang. It's hard to 7-0. I know. But you've crushed me this week. You should be feeling great. Chat has largely rolled me. Humbling day. But I do have my hair control, so that's good. Twice, War Furnace. Almost 3 times. Timber! Let's see what memes I left on.
All things that I used to know have gone out the window. Wake me up.
Hanging again. Should we redo? Do the out and in? Well, if Zealous sent... Yeah, let's restart Zealous. I know he's not listening to me, or sorry, I know Zealous isn't listening to me, but I know Hat is, so Hat will communicate. So far, this workaround has been 100% consistent as far as I can tell. I think every time, in whether it's the gauntlet or the sweatsuit, every time 2 troubled players quit the client and come back in, it works the next time, no problem. Let's see if it holds true here. Not yet, it's not. But there it goes. There we go. 100% success rate on the hack continues. That's why it starts to grate on me in the sweatsuit when people who can't pair are trying everything in the world to pair except restarting. Just both of you restart. Intruder on 3 says we can keep this. Been having some rough opens, but I like this one enough to keep. Maybe we find a plains and get this going anyway. There's a plains. A little bit late, but we didn't have anything for 2 anyway, so not too bad. Yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking about that. Like, because you're going against 7 different decks. That's just what makes it so hard to kind of go either way. 7-0, like, but it feels like if I have a monster deck, I can go 7-0, right? But even if I have it's very hard to 0-7 me because you've got to do it with 7 different decks of variety of quality. This week's decks have been amazing. We get Intruder, Griff, or Dissipate. Probably just... Ooh, let's let that happen. Well, I'll just Griff and bring it back now. That's fine. We at least get the life this way. Well, I guess we would have gotten it the other way, too. In fact, locked on the veteran isn't that bad because it just sits there gaining us life forever, but might as well put it back into action here. And we can even go Veteran on the white and then hold up Dissipate and Intruder. Oppo pausing on 2 mana, blue and green. Could be a Geist Wave. Let's go check our list. We're looking at Consider, Otherworldly Gaze, Secrets, Turn the Earth, Fading Hope, Geist Wave, Startle, Plummet, Might of the Old Ways. Plummet they would have used. Duel for Dominance, they don't have the card for. Return to Nature. So, unless you think they have Adversary, that's about it. Bounce and Tricks, basically. Or else stuff that doesn't matter. I'll just let that happen. Now we have a sack for the Grafted Identity. I'd rather just play the Intruder for little value and keep the attacks going. And that's another interesting... I could dissipate that. But I'm fine... I'm fine intruding here for no value except the lifelink. Having the Veteran to threaten the Sentry until they find some Coven. Maybe we're racing enough that I even just offer this. Like, whatever. But I think I should leave Veteran back to threaten a block. And then we have Dissipate and Carriage coming up. Probably dissipating almost anything here. Although Zealous drew and passed like nothing. And now with Stormrider Spirit on the draw, I like being patient here. Dissipating something scary or spiriting if they don't do anything. Exactly. The needing a sack outlet was the reason I was just letting that be. Now I'm going to start getting aggro with the vet. And I'm not going to overextend with the Grafted Identity and Dissipate. Although, boy, if we... I can actually protect the steal with the Dissipate. So I will do this. And now we're protecting a lethal. And now I'm doing to Zealous what Math did to me, just kind of a rollover. Well, that was a quick one.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
I'm making it downright respectable, chat. Downright respectable. Shopping is now on the line, though. We still have a shopping trip on the line. That's fun to be playing for something here in Game 7 for chat. Chimero, you gonna come through for your gang here? You gonna steal my gems and gold? We're gonna find out. Thanks for playing, everybody. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Thanks for losing somebody. Wow, we've had trouble getting both of our types of land in an opener. It's been something else. I mean, any land gets us patrol on 3. Island makes this hand actively good. I'm going to narrowly keep it on the 2 shots at any land for a reasonable play on 3. Although, man, maybe I should just send this. Anybody shipping this? This is an interesting one. We're not on... I'm going to pull this quick. Tell Chimero I'm pulling my my opener, sorry. But I think this is an interesting mall keep decision. I'll give you 30 seconds to tell me mole, keep. Again, if you're, I think this is interesting. Don't vote against what you really believe because you're trying to, quote, get me. This is a real question about Magic. What do you think? Well, good. I'm glad there's a mix of answers. I hate it when I pull something and there's some landslide. It's like, oh, I guess it wasn't much of a choice at all. But people are split on this one, suggesting it is a very close decision. And I think the play draw consideration is interesting. If we're on the draw, we get 3 shots at a land to at least land the patrol. And a real problem with the hand is that if we don't draw an island off the top, we're never doing anything on 2. So it's a very close one. I'll go with chat. I was kind of leaning mulligan anyway. I'm telling you, we just can't. Would a plains and an island in the opener be too much to ask? Apparently. Well, we're gonna keep. We could send the carriage back because it's so expensive. The deck is so slow. Lunarch Veteran, 2 Silver Bolts, two Witches, an Angler, Observer. We got like 6 or. I mean, I don't think this deck is slow. It's had some slow draws, but in the abstract, it's not slow. But I'm gonna be greedy enough to ship the island. I think. No, we're on the play. Never mind. If we were on the draw, I would, but I'm gonna be a grown-up. Found a 2. Well, if you plan to get to the long game by hook or by crook, eventually you're casting that 6-drop. But if you damage your chances to get to the long game so badly with your choices, that's a whole other thing. I like well, we can play the Revenge here off the Observer. I could also attack and just hold up the Dissipate and the Bolt. I think we do that. I don't care if they want to trade to our Observer. 2 crappy 2-drops here, staring at each other. Timberland Guide, we're going to let that happen. If they go for a counter on the Harrier, sure, I'll use this on it. All right, we got that. Sorry, hold on.
Got the timbals on the toes, and this is how it goes. Oh, 1, 2, oh my God. 1, 2, oh my God.
Do we want to trade the Observer for the Guide at this point? I'm going to say no. Eventually, we're going to get stuff that just blocks this, and in the meantime, extra mana for instants and sorceries doesn't suck. Naturalist is solid and dissipatable, but I think we just revenge it. We're going to revenge before we untap. Morning Patrol even lets us keep up Dissipate thanks to the Observer, so we'll go ahead and do that. No, in fact, the memesters around here, we do some, well, it never triggers it on Twitch, but sometimes it does YouTube copyright violations but they have to just be short enough. You just make them real short. Do they have another one? Wait, what happened? Oh, we're on the other turn. Never mind. I'm losing myself, but I'll counter this now. Yeah, the really long ones are the ones that contain no music because we're unbound by that. Well, if we draw action, we get action. If we draw land, we flip our Sage. Or we won't flip our Sage, we draw a card off Sage. Although now, nighttime, a little better for Oppo than us. But we have a Geist Wave that we can play with there. So I like draw a card here. We could do a tempo play, bounce the Brigand, and get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, 6. But they're at 16. That's not even that much. We'll draw a card and let it go night day and wave the Brigand on their turn, and then also see what we draw with the Sage. Just a land. We can do some double blocks, maybe even triple blocks, and encourage some sort of use of mana at least, and then send it back. A 5 points of first strike. Okay. They still, Chimero still has the activation, but now we get Geist Wave and no replay of one of these two. I could also, I'm gonna hold now because we might draw action and we can 2-spell, draw another card, and flip it to day to hurt whatever werewolf gets left behind. So we're gonna wait here and try to 2-spell on our turn. We have to use some intruder value to do it, but we still actually might get value there too. They've got 1 pump, so this could become a 3/5 first strike on defense, even through an intruder. 3/5 on defense is strong enough to hurt, so we don't get very tricksy here, unfortunately. But Geist Wave, bouncing one of the beefers, and dropping a flyer is fine. It's like we're going down a card for just kind of fairly low Geist Wave value, such just tempo Geist Wave value, but we make it up by triggering a draw from it. And if Chimero wants to flip it back to night to favor the werewolves, Chimero's got to give us another card. Still no attacks though because of the pump, so we pass. Light up the night. Well, we have no choice but to light up the night. I also have been totally denying you the glory of Harry Belafonte. And Phil Collins. Hey, it's our buddy from last week. Only fair. It would be only fair for me to lose to green-red werewolves this week, right? I love it. Especially since my hair is safe now. If I were 0-6 and losing to werewolves, I'd be a little salty. I'd be a touch. Just a little bit of salt. We can let it flip night, Geist Wave, and then curse next turn to flip it back day again after we draw something else. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true, that's true. So maybe, okay, so with that, we should just play something, right? Let's just do this. Great. Thanks, gang. Curse them. We'll bounce it, but is there a reason to do it now or later? We want to leave it because we want it to flip, so let's start there, but we'll think about an upkeep action. Ooh, hello, Grafted Identity, savior of my game. Let's see. Let me read this card again. When are we doing it? So now if I do this, they can respond by pumping. So I think we want to save the Geist Wave for the pump. Or let's just see what what happens on attacks here, I think is the plan. I'm gonna go something like this and force an action, and then try to respond with Geist Wave effectively. Yeah, probably backwards compatibility. So let's let this resolve so we can see what it looks like, and also give Chimera one more chance to activate Tovolar. Good discipline from Chimera, because by leaving this Tovolar activation, we can't... Trample can suddenly be part of this equation, right? So... we bounce Tovolar. In response, this becomes 9 power of Trample, which still only gets a couple through, and we live, right? And also, they might not want to do it so that they can replay Tovolar, which would be good for us because we want to steal it anyway. So let's bounce Tovolar and see what Chimera wants to do about it. Oh yeah, we passed one of those. Desperate times. However,
your friend here is only mostly dead.
Maybe we are just dead. I played mostly, but we may be dead, and I haven't figured that out yet. But we have things to do, so we're gonna try. We got to identity the big smasher. Although this might be the thing we need to identity. They're not gonna have. We need to make it daytime, and then we can survive this. So let's go identity on the eviscerator, and make it daytime at least. No, it doesn't untap it, so that's a problem. But we need to get rid of the attacker, right? Does that mean we're just dead? Like maybe I just need to play blockers, but we don't have enough on blocks. So we also could be in a spot where we need to draw something off surveillance to win. So let's look at what instance we have. Loyal Griff, Blessed Defiance, and Stormrider Spirit are the action we could draw off of our... Yeah, well, does the Moonrise mean we're just dead is the real question. It might just mean we're dead. But I think we have to plan on, at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana, we can get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So of those options, Blessed Defiance and Loyal Griff are still outs if we spend 6. So we're going to spend 6 mana and try to get one of our 2 instant speed options to maybe not die, but I think we might be dead anyway. And can't do that. Got to do Witch. One time, or it's shopping for chat in another great showing from Werewolves in back-to-back weeks. But it would be interesting to. It would be great to find an out here. That'd be cool. Come on, Magic Gods, for the fun. Nah. Well, hard for me to be salty about Werewolves getting me this week after what I did with them last week. Good job, Chimero. You've earned your team a shopping trip. A small one, though. Don't get greedy. In fact, I'm just going to call the pumpkins I bought a few weeks ago the shopping trip, right? That's fair, right? Y'all don't mind if we just call the pumpkins the shopping trip? I'll take your silence as assent. Okay, everybody's cool with it. That's cool. We'll see you, everybody. Chat won so hard I have to buy him shit. Stupid. Daily deals. That should be what it is. You get something from the daily deals when you get 5 wins. $8.50. Here's some 8. I should define the budget better. Thopter bundle. I could do 500. You want to do 500 for the Thopter bundle? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not really providing an optimal shopping experience here. Let me get out of your way. So there's the Thopter bundle that I would do. Let's call it. Let's see if we can find a 500 gem budget item for this. Go pets. Yeah, pets are too expensive. Pets would be they're annoying, and second, that's a 6-1 type purchase. We're in your 5-2 type purchase. Let's see what sleeves we got. Deal with it, Martini. Come get some. Oh, look, you can get the sleeves here too, but the other one comes with a Thopter. Wait. The Thopter bundle is 500 that comes with the sleeves and a pet? Whereas the Thopter sleeves alone are 600. Come on. Come on. We're too much value hounds around here to not do this, right? Like, this is just the best. This is the best value for your shopping today. I mean, I don't see what else, but I will. Mama is your chief shopper, frankly. So I don't pull the trigger until Mama accepts that this is a reasonable spend. All right, Mama's in for it. We're calling it. Your reward. How did I end up with so many damn pets? All right. Great job, chat. You crushed me this week. I'm happy that I snuck in a couple of wins there and preserved control of my head. But I had a great time. And hey, for going 2-5, there was only like a little moment of salt when my loss was just really a crappy, no fun loss. That's the only time I even really got salty today, staring at 0-4. I feel pretty good about that. I just had to keep playing and try to get my win. I found one other one. Good times. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. We'll see you at the next draft where my hair is not on the line. Bye.